Welcome to Uncle Al's Bookshelf, the channel where we help you discover the world's greatest stories in just a few minutes. Whether you're a busy book lover who doesn't have time for long reads, or you simply want to explore the highlights of classic literature, this is the place for you. I'm your host, Uncle Al, and in each video, I'll take you on a journey through the most beloved books of all time, giving you a quick overview of their plots, characters, themes, and literary styles. So sit back, relax, and get ready to join me on a trip through the pages of history's most enduring works. The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Chapter 1 of The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, titled You Are Not Your Mind, introduces the concept of the human mind and its tendency to create negative thoughts and emotions that can cause suffering. Tolle suggests that by becoming aware of this tendency and learning to detach from our thoughts, we can access a state of inner peace and joy that is always present in the present moment. To begin the process of detaching from your thoughts, Tolle suggests that you first become aware of the voice in your head that constantly narrates your life. This voice is the ego, and it thrives on creating stories and drama that keep you trapped in negative thought patterns. Once you become aware of this voice, Tolle suggests that you observe it without judgment and recognize that you are not the voice, but rather the observer behind it. By separating yourself from your thoughts in this way, you can begin to access a sense of inner stillness and peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. Tolle also encourages readers to practice mindfulness, which involves becoming fully present in each moment and observing the thoughts and sensations that arise without judgment. By focusing on the present moment and detaching from negative thoughts and emotions, you can cultivate a sense of inner peace and joy that is always accessible. Overall, Chapter 1 of The Power of Now provides valuable insights into the workings of the human mind and practical advice for detaching from negative thought patterns and accessing a state of inner peace and joy. By becoming aware of the voice in your head, practicing mindfulness, and focusing on the present moment, you can begin to experience the benefits of living in the now. In Chapter 2, titled Consciousness, The Way Out of Pain, the author continues to discuss the idea that identifying with the mind and its thoughts and emotions can cause suffering. He argues that true freedom and happiness can only be found by connecting with our true nature, which he calls consciousness. Tolle explains that consciousness is the deeper part of ourselves that exists beyond the mind, and that it is characterized by a sense of presence and stillness. He suggests that by connecting with this aspect of ourselves, we can begin to experience a sense of inner peace and joy that is not dependent on external circumstances. The chapter includes several exercises and meditations designed to help readers connect with their consciousness and experience the present moment. Tolle emphasizes the importance of being fully present and aware in each moment, and of cultivating a sense of detachment from our thoughts and emotions. Throughout the chapter, Tolle also addresses the idea of pain and suffering, and suggests that they are caused by our identification with the mind and our attachment to past and future events. He encourages readers to accept the present moment and to focus on what they can do to improve their current situation, rather than dwelling on past or future pain. Overall, Chapter 2 reinforces the importance of connecting with our true nature and provides practical advice and exercises for doing so. It encourages readers to let go of their attachment to the mind and to embrace the present moment in order to experience greater peace and joy in their lives. In Chapter 3, titled Moving Deeply into the Now, the author continues to explore the concept of living in the present moment. He discusses the idea that the present moment is the only place where we can truly experience life, and that our attachment to the past and future can cause us to miss out on the richness of the present. Tolle emphasizes the importance of becoming fully present in each moment and suggests that this can be done through various mindfulness practices, such as focusing on the breath or engaging in simple tasks with full awareness. He also discusses the role of the body in helping us connect with the present moment and encourages readers to tune into the physical sensations of their bodies as a way of grounding themselves in the present. Throughout the chapter, Tolle addresses common obstacles to living in the present moment, such as anxiety and restlessness, and provides practical advice for overcoming them. He suggests that by accepting and surrendering to the present moment, we can experience a greater sense of peace and clarity. Tolle also touches on the idea of inner stillness and suggests that by connecting with our true nature and becoming still within, we can access a sense of inner peace that is not dependent on external circumstances. He provides several exercises and meditations for cultivating inner stillness and deepening our connection to the present moment. Overall, Chapter 3 reinforces the importance of living in the present moment and provides practical guidance for doing so. It encourages readers to tune into their bodies, to become fully present in each moment, and to cultivate inner stillness as a way of accessing greater peace and clarity in their lives. Chapter 4. Mind Strategies for Avoiding the Now. The author discusses the various ways in which the human mind avoids the present moment and becomes trapped in negative thought patterns. Tolle identifies several common strategies that the mind uses to avoid the present moment, including worrying about the future, dwelling on the past, and creating drama and conflict in our relationships. Tolle argues that these strategies are ultimately futile and only serve to increase our suffering. He suggests that by becoming aware of these patterns and recognizing them for what they are, we can begin to break free from their hold and access a state of inner peace and joy. To begin breaking free from these patterns, Tolle suggests that you become aware of the stories that your mind creates and the ways in which they keep you trapped in negative thought patterns. Once you recognize these patterns, you can begin to observe them without judgment and recognize that they are not who you are. Tolle also recommends that you practice acceptance of the present moment, rather than trying to resist or escape it. By accepting what is, you can begin to access a sense of inner peace and calm that is not dependent on external circumstances. In addition, Tolle suggests that you practice gratitude for the present moment and all that it has to offer. By focusing on the positive aspects of your life and recognizing the blessings that are present in each moment, you can cultivate a sense of joy and contentment that is not dependent on external circumstances. Overall, Chapter 4 provides valuable insights into the ways in which the mind can trap us in negative thought patterns, and practical advice for breaking free from these patterns and accessing a state of inner peace and joy. By becoming aware of our stories, practicing acceptance and gratitude, and focusing on the present moment, we can begin to experience the benefits of living in the now. Chapter 5. The State of Presence. The author explores the concept of presence and how it can be accessed in daily life. Tolle defines presence as a state of being that is beyond the mind and ego, and is characterized by a deep sense of inner peace and stillness. Tolle argues that accessing the state of presence is essential for living a fulfilling life, as it allows us to experience the world in a more authentic and meaningful way. He suggests that the key to accessing this state is to become fully present in each moment, rather than being distracted by thoughts of the past or future. To access the state of presence, Tolle recommends several practical techniques. First, he suggests that you practice mindfulness by paying attention to your breath and bodily sensations in each moment. By focusing on the present moment in this way, you can begin to access a state of inner stillness and peace. In addition, Tolle recommends that you practice non-judgment and acceptance of the present moment. Rather than trying to change or resist what is, simply observe it without judgment and accept it as it is. Another practical technique that Tolle suggests is to cultivate a sense of spaciousness in your awareness. Rather than identifying with your thoughts and emotions, try to observe them from a distance and recognize that they are not who you are. Finally, Tolle suggests that you practice gratitude for the present moment and all that it has to offer. By focusing on the positive aspects of your life and cultivating a sense of gratitude for each moment, you can deepen your experience of presence and access a state of inner peace and joy. Overall, Chapter 5 provides valuable insights into the concept of presence and how it can be accessed in daily life. By practicing mindfulness, non-judgment, spaciousness, and gratitude, we can deepen our experience of presence and access a state of inner peace and fulfillment. Chapter 6. The Inner Body focuses on the importance of connecting with the inner body as a means of accessing the present moment and cultivating a deeper sense of awareness and peace. Tolle argues that the inner body is a portal to the present moment and is always available to us, regardless of our external circumstances. By connecting with the sensations in our body, we can access a state of inner stillness and peace that is beyond the mind and ego. To connect with the inner body, Tolle suggests that you practice mindfulness meditation. This involves focusing your attention on the physical sensations in your body, such as the feeling of your breath moving in and out of your nose, or the sensation of your feet on the ground. Another practical technique that Tolle recommends is to practice scanning your body with your awareness. Start at the top of your head and slowly scan down through your body, paying attention to any sensations that you notice. If you notice any areas of tension or discomfort, simply observe them without judgment or resistance. Tolle also recommends that you practice feeling the inner body as a whole, rather than focusing on individual sensations. Try to feel the inner body as a unified field of energy. By doing so, you can deepen your sense of connection to the present moment and cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and stillness. Overall, Chapter 6 provides valuable insights into the importance of connecting with the inner body as a means of accessing the present moment and cultivating a deeper sense of awareness and peace. By practicing mindfulness meditation, body scanning, and feeling the inner body as a whole, we can deepen our experience of presence and access a state of inner peace and fulfillment. Chapter 7, Portals into the Unmanifested, explores various ways in which we can access the unmanifested or formless realm of consciousness that exists beyond the physical world. Tolle argues that by accessing this realm, we can deepen our experience of the present moment and cultivate a deeper sense of inner peace and fulfillment. Tolle describes several portals or gateways through which we can access the unmanifested, including the portals of the body, nature, and the transcendent dimension of consciousness. He argues that by cultivating a deep connection with these portals, we can access the unmanifested and experience a deeper sense of presence and peace. To access the portal of the body, Tolle recommends that you practice mindful breathing. By focusing your attention on the sensation of your breath moving in and out of your body, you can anchor yourself in the present moment and deepen your connection with the unmanifested. To access the portal of nature, Tolle suggests that you spend time in nature and immerse yourself in its beauty and stillness. By connecting with the natural world, you can access a deeper sense of presence and peace and cultivate a deeper connection with the unmanifested. To access the transcendent dimension of consciousness, Tolle recommends that you practice meditation and cultivate a deep connection with your inner being. By accessing the transcendent dimension of consciousness, you can access a deeper sense of inner peace and fulfillment and experience the present moment in its fullness. Overall, Chapter 7 provides valuable insights into the various portals through which we can access the unmanifested and cultivate a deeper sense of presence and peace. By practicing mindful breathing, spending time in nature, and cultivating a deep connection with your inner being, you can access the unmanifested and experience the present moment in its fullness. Chapter 8, Enlightened Relationships. Tolle discusses how to achieve and maintain enlightened relationships. He explains that the ego often interferes with relationships and creates conflicts. When we identify with the ego, we become attached to our own opinions and views, and we try to convince others to agree with us. This leads to arguments and misunderstandings. To have an enlightened relationship, we must become aware of our own egos and learn to let go of our attachment to our own opinions. Tolle suggests that we focus on listening to others without judgment and without trying to convince them of our own point of view. This means being present in the moment and giving our full attention to the other person. Another key to enlightened relationships is to accept others as they are, without trying to change them. This means letting go of expectations and allowing others to be themselves. Tolle suggests that we focus on finding common ground with others, rather than focusing on our differences. Practical advice for achieving enlightened relationships includes practicing active listening, acknowledging the other person's perspective, and letting go of attachment to specific outcomes or expectations. It is important to practice mindfulness and stay present in the moment, rather than dwelling on past disagreements or worrying about the future of the relationship. By letting go of our own egos and accepting others as they are, we can create more harmonious and fulfilling relationships in our lives. Chapter 9, Beyond Happiness and Unhappiness There is Peace. Tolle explains that true inner peace can only be achieved when we transcend the duality of happiness and unhappiness. He explains that these emotions are fleeting and depend on external circumstances, and that true inner peace comes from a deeper sense of being. To achieve this state of inner peace, Tolle suggests that we focus on being present in the moment and cultivating a sense of detachment from external circumstances. He explains that when we identify too closely with our thoughts and emotions, we become trapped in a cycle of happiness and unhappiness. Instead, we should observe our thoughts and emotions without judgment and without getting too caught up in them. Another key to achieving inner peace is to cultivate a sense of acceptance of the present moment, even if it is not exactly what we want. Tolle explains that when we resist the present moment, we create suffering for ourselves. By accepting what is, we can find peace and contentment in the present moment. Practical advice for achieving inner peace includes practicing mindfulness and meditation, focusing on the present moment and letting go of attachment to specific outcomes or external circumstances. It is also important to cultivate a sense of acceptance and gratitude for what we have in our lives, rather than always striving for more. By focusing on our inner state of being and cultivating a sense of peace and contentment, we can find true happiness and fulfillment in our lives. Chapter 10. The meaning of surrender. In this chapter, Tolle discusses the importance of surrendering to the present moment in order to experience inner peace and true happiness. Tolle explains that surrendering to the present moment means accepting whatever is happening in your life at this very moment, whether it is good or bad. It means letting go of the past and not worrying about the future, and focusing on the present moment with complete attention and awareness. According to Tolle, surrendering to the present moment is not the same as giving up or being passive. Instead, it is an active process of accepting and allowing things to be as they are, without resistance or judgment. When we surrender, we let go of the ego's need to control and manipulate, and we open ourselves up to the natural flow of life. Tolle emphasizes that surrender is not a one-time event, but a continuous process that requires daily practice. He suggests that we can start by surrendering to small things in our daily lives, such as traffic, waiting in line, or dealing with difficult people. By practicing surrender in these small moments, we can gradually expand our capacity for surrender and apply it to larger and more challenging situations. In addition, Tolle emphasizes the importance of surrender in relationships. He explains that when we surrender to the present moment in our relationships, we allow the other person to be who they are, without trying to change or control them. This creates a space of acceptance and understanding, which can lead to deeper connections and more fulfilling relationships. Finally, Tolle discusses the concept of surrendering to the divine or the higher power. He suggests that by surrendering to something greater than ourselves, we can tap into a source of inner peace and wisdom that transcends the ego and the limitations of the mind. In summary, Chapter 10 explores the importance of surrendering to the present moment as a path to inner peace and true happiness. Tolle emphasizes that surrender is a continuous process that requires daily practice, and he offers practical advice for incorporating surrender into our daily lives and relationships. The Power of Now is a spiritual guide to achieving inner peace and enlightenment, written by Eckhart Tolle. The book's teachings focus on the concept of living in the present moment and letting go of past and future worries. Tolle encourages readers to recognize the distinction between their true self and their ego, which he argues is the source of suffering. He teaches that true happiness and inner peace can only be found in the present moment, and that by focusing on the present and accepting it as it is, we can overcome negative emotions and achieve spiritual growth. Throughout the book, Tolle provides practical advice and exercises for readers to help them develop a stronger sense of presence and mindfulness in their daily lives. He discusses the importance of connecting with the body and the natural world around us, as well as cultivating a sense of gratitude and compassion towards others. Tolle also emphasizes the importance of letting go of the past and surrendering to the present moment, rather than resisting or trying to control it. He teaches that true surrender is not a sign of weakness, but rather a source of strength and inner peace. The book also explores the role of relationships in spiritual growth, emphasizing the importance of being fully present and accepting in our interactions with others. Tolle encourages readers to let go of attachment to outcomes and instead focus on the present moment and the connection between individuals. Overall, the teachings in The Power of Now promote a deeper understanding of the self and the world around us, and offer practical advice for achieving inner peace and spiritual growth. Here are some exercises to practice the teachings of The Power of Now. Mindfulness meditation, one of the core practices of The Power of Now. This practice involves sitting quietly and focusing your attention on the present moment, while letting go of any distracting thoughts or emotions. Here's how to do it. Find a quiet and comfortable place to sit where you won't be disturbed. Sit with your back straight but not rigid, and your hands resting on your lap. Close your eyes or focus on a spot on the floor in front of you. Bring your attention to your breath, noticing the sensations of the breath moving in and out of your body. Whenever your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the breath without judgment or criticism. Continue this practice for a few minutes or as long as you feel comfortable. Practicing mindfulness meditation regularly can help you develop greater awareness of your thoughts and emotions, as well as cultivate a sense of inner calm and peace. Gratitude journaling. Another practical exercise to practice the teachings of the power of now. This exercise involves taking a few minutes each day to write down things you're grateful for in your life. Here's how to do it. Set aside a few minutes each day to write in your gratitude journal. Write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for in your life, no matter how small or big they may be. Try to be as specific and detailed as possible, describing why you're grateful for each thing. Read over your entries periodically to remind yourself of the good things in your life. Practicing gratitude journaling can help shift your focus away from negative thoughts and emotions and cultivate a sense of appreciation and positivity in your life. Mindful walking. A third exercise to practice the teachings of the power of now. This exercise involves walking slowly and attentively, focusing on the sensations in your body and the environment around you. Here's how to do it. Find a quiet and safe place to walk, such as a park or a quiet street. Begin walking slowly, paying attention to the sensations in your feet as they touch the ground. Notice the movements of your legs and arms and the shifting of your body weight. Observe the environment around you, noticing the sights, sounds, and smells. Whenever your mind starts to wander, gently bring it back to the present moment without judgment or criticism. Continue this practice for a few minutes or as long as you feel comfortable. Practicing mindful walking can help you develop greater awareness of your body and the present moment, as well as reduce stress and anxiety. And that's it for today's episode of Uncle Al's Bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed this quick summary of another timeless classic, and that you discovered something new about the world of literature. I'd love to hear from you in the comments section below. What did you think of today's selection? Did we miss anything important? Is there a specific book you'd like us to cover next? Let us know and join the conversation. Also, if you liked this video, please don't forget to hit the like button and share it with your fellow book lovers. And if you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel to stay up to date with our latest book summaries and literary insights. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Uncle Al's Bookshelf.